Last night, I had a vision. I was with Big Pop, Martin, and Malcolm. The last thing I remember them saying was Gorealla. On top of the jungle, on top of the world, call me King Kong. God morning, REALLAs. You know what it is. It's your man G1 back up in the habitat. Listen, today, man, we're going to start going over some universal laws. I think y'all need to understand what it is that's causing us to seem like we're living in the Truman Show. You know, i.e. just consistently repeating the same thing over and over again. You know, there's a law that I studied today that I really did not know was what's the best way to say it, was a law, you know. But now that I think about it, it's got to be a law, and it's the first one, so that obviously makes it the most important one. And with that, let's dive right into it, man. First, we're gonna go into the law of harmony. Yeah, the law of harmony. The law of harmony is deep. Is very, very deep, because this is a universal law, so you can't get around it. You can't get past it. You can only go through it. And when I looked at what they referred it to as a law of harmony, it made more sense, because now I'm seeing that everything is either in harmony or strives to be in harmony. So the universe, think of it like a body, okay? Like if you think about the universe like it's a human body or a living body, then you'll know that the universe and the human body are based off the same principles. In fact, the universe is said to be based off the same principles as our vice versa. The body is designed off the principles of the universe. So within you is a universe. Okay. Well, and you can break that down on so many different levels, like to even your cellular structure. You know, your cellular structure, if broken down, looks like a universe. Okay. The makeup of the universe is broken down into let's see. I keep forgetting the name of that term. I always keep talking about quarks, but that's a time measurement, a universal time measurement. But it's like no matter how much you look into matter, right? Matter will always recreate itself. So the deepest you can look into it will only look like the same thing on the very surface level that you looked at. So you look at, you know, a shape, and the more you go into that shape, it looks like more of that same shape. I can't describe what the name of the word is, but either way, that's the way the universe is made up. So basically, it's all parts desire for the universal axiom to be in alignment and in harmony with one another. Okay? Think about your household. Your household is ran best when it's in some form of harmony. Now, to somebody on the outside, it may sound dysfunctional. It may sound totally dysfunctional when somebody's on the outside that comes into the house and all they hear is you yelling and screaming and hollering, and you know, it seems like, you know, it's an aggressive, toxic situation to them, right? But by design, it can be as toxic to somebody else as it's meant to be. But the people who are in it, it's not toxic to them. It may be minimal toxicity to where, you know, there's a level of, you know, this is too much sometimes. You know what I'm saying? This is too much sometimes. But to everybody else, it's like, yo, y'all are like this all the time. Or, you know, let's say on the other side of it, right? You have someone that stays, you know, very low key, and they don't seek to you know, get out of their zone. You know, some people may look at that as being too passive or too reserved. but the point is it works for that individual. Well, the way that harmony works is that all things in the universe conspire to be at peace, okay? To be at peace and stay at peace. Let's talk about a pool of water, okay? Now, we may not be able to see the full movement of water because a lot of it happens on the surface and a lot of it happens underneath the surface, okay? Even more happens underneath the surface. That's why you just kind of see that rocking back and forth, because all the action's happening underneath the water, the water surface. That's where you're seeing the flow of the current, moving around, whooshing, controlling, taking things from one part to another part of certain areas. That current is super strong, but on the top of that water, you wouldn't be able to tell. But if you were to see how that current's moving underneath the water, on top of the water would be equally turbulent if it was moving that close to the surface. So that's how the current works. So now that gives you an idea how you can have like mad chaos going on underneath the surface, but on top of the surface, it's just little ripples, just floating along. All right. So when you look at, let's say, a pool, a lake, or a pond, and somebody throws a big old pebble into the pond or into the lake, what happens? There's ripples that are created. Okay. There's a cause. The cause is you throwing the rock into the pond. The reaction is the actual ripples that flake up and actually move towards the towards the shore. Now, once again, this is the law of harmony. You ready? What do those ripples do? They either die out as they're making their way to the shore, or they are so strong they hit that shore and bounce back and start coming back towards the center. Okay? The reason why that happens is because the lake is attempting to reset itself back to balance, which is harmony. So that's big. A lot of people don't look at that subtle type of interaction to see, what the real scope of it is, what I'm saying, on a universal level. But what it really is the universal law of harmony. Okay? It's the law that says, a body in motion stays in motion. Is a law that Einstein said, a body in motion stays in motion. Well, if that's the case, what it's looking to strive to do is not have any resistance to stop it from moving from point A to point Z. Okay? So this is really raw, because if you can use this, here's how you use this to your advantage, right? You take the law of harmony, right? And you understand that everything wants to be in harmony, including yourself. Here's how you want to be in harmony. You want to continue on doing exactly what you want to do unencumbered. You want to be able to chill. You want to be able to relax. You want to be able to do what you love to do. You want to be able to do things that keep you excited. You know what I mean? If left unencumbered by life, you would just stay on a path of, self-exploration and, determinism maybe. Or maybe you would just stay, a butthole the whole time, because being a butthole is where you find. But basically, whatever way you do it, the law of harmony actually allows you to get back to what it is. So when you get disrupted from being a butthole that you already are, you have to play nice for some people. You may have to do some certain things, but then after that, what do? You come back to being a butthole again. You know what I'm saying? Something makes you nice. Scrooge, Ebenezer Scrooge. He probably was, the biggest asshole throughout the rest of the year, but something during Christmas time changed him, and now he started being the good guy again. But something can equally change him back to being that asshole again. You know what I mean? Because if his natural base on his path and sojourn through this life is to be an asshole, then that's just what it is. What's going on with you, Johnny Q? I see you, brother. And so, with that, that's the law of harmony. So that universal law of harmony is like what empowers karma and dharma. Now, that's what blew me away, because everybody knows about the law of karma. All right, the law of karma is ooh-wee, you know what I'm saying? It's actually one of the principles of Gorilla is the law of karma and dharma. Okay, that's where the LA comes into place. Life awaits. Life only awaits what you put in and what you get out. That's what it is. What you put in is, life awaits, what you get out of it, because it wants to see what you put in. So the law of karma and dharma actually go into that. And we're not going to go into law and karma and dharma today. We can, but that's pretty deep in itself. I mean, you just saw how we've been, chiming in on the law of harmony for the past, 15 minutes. So, roughly that's how deep the laws of the universe go. And that's what everybody's not understanding. Why is this happening to us? Why is that happening? Why is America going through this? It's the law of harmony. Guess what? They coming back. The same issues, the same negative energy, all the same, reaping that was done to build this country through the laws of harmony have to return back to set things right. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. So, just to give you an idea before we go into it, the reason why karma and dharma are so on point is because those are the laws focused on maintaining and establishing the law of harmony. Oh yeah. Oh, it gets mad deep. It gets mad deep. All right. Crazy, crazy. Underneath, the covers in between the sheets kind of deep. So if you don't know how this laws work, you so busy running into a good book, you need to run and understand the good laws. Because if you think about it, a lot of that Bible, a lot of those religious texts that you're reading are based, matter of fact, they're all stories revolving around the universal laws. Now, how you like that? That Bible that you adore so much, that Quran that you adore so much, that Torah that you adore so much, are all based off of the universal laws. And that's where those stories are derived from. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So now you know. If you really want to dig in and understand like those ancient readings, the Dead Sea Scrolls and all that good stuff, they're all based around the universal laws. And something else I didn't know is that, there's lots of laws. There's lots of universal laws, but you have primary and you have secondary. And so with that, a lot of people don't realize, how that works. So that's why you have to really understand these laws. And by studying these laws, man, you can become whatever you want to be. That's the power. That's the power. You can become whatever you want to be in the universal laws. So that's where it's at, man. We are going to be hammering in on this because that's how we're going to make sure they don't get a chance to steal your 2021. This is the goal. We're not going to let them steal 2021. Okay? They stole 2020 because they caught us off guard. We thinking we're going to be partying. It's the first, the first of the 20th year of the new millennium. The 20th year of the new millennium, and guess what? We thinking we gonna party, and they shut it down. Shut it down. They cut y'all off at the kneecaps. They gave you Kobe, then they gave you Corona, then they gave you cops. That's what I heard they say, somebody say. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man. That's why we are not gonna let them take this from you. We're not gonna let them. I'm gonna give you everything. I'm going to empower you through knowledge, information, and wealth of information and value. I'm going to empower you to understand that we're not going to let them take our 2021. All right? So, hopefully my man Johnny Q, guys, I know he's got something to say in regards to this law, and we'll hear it on this show. I guarantee you that. We'll hear it on the show. So, as of right now, look, if you're watching this on the YouTube channel, like, follow, subscribe, hit the notification button over there as that little bell, and then hit that little bell to make sure you get the notifications. If you're watching this on Instagram, you know how we do it, man. Go ahead and share this, like it, you know what I'm saying? And then, of course, follow if you're not following. It's all about universal at the end of the day. There's nothing else that exists. Matter, whatever you want to call it, this is all universal. So that's what Gorealla deals with. You know what I'm saying? Is all universal principles. So go, real life awaits. 2 dubs, 4 corners, peace, prosperity, and preservation. God, fam, Gorealla. That's what we all about around here, man. Gorealla world, Gorealla life, and understanding those universal laws. So let's get it. We're going to talk about it, man. We here for y'all, man. Go, real life awaits. Check us out. And if you haven't understood yet, go to the website. Check us out. www.goreallalife.com. GOREALLALIFE. GoreallaLife.com. It's your man, G1. Let's go. All right, I'm going to see you in 1 second, 369. Send me that invite. All right, Gorealla.